Hi everyone, Get Right here from NIP. I'm doing a little bit with 20 questions with the Betway here that hopefully will get some good answers for you guys and the community. It's awesome, nothing else. Some songs are pretty good, nothing else. It's, of course, Piano Cat. So. You know, Kiss Shocks. No idea, but I Will Marry It Exist. I think he will be a nice husband or wife. I don't know, we have to decide that one, you know. Or two guys, I don't know. Maybe you like that as well. Kill, I don't know. Probably Oscar when I face him in FPL. He's a pain in the ass. More like that. It's nothing against him personally, anything like that. Like he's a pretty nice guy, but he's a pain in the ass to play and face it Pro League. So that you can run and spray back. Like in the beginning of CSGO. I watched some highlights yesterday and I missed my run and spray sometimes. Would be nice to dominate the game again, you know. Facebook? Probably? I don't know. Facebook? HLTV? I don't know. Probably Facebook. I mean, I use Facebook a lot. How to screw up life? No, I don't know, like a purpose of life, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I think that's a cheesy and a kind of good one, you know. I think we will put down our both of our hands and just go to a bar and shares with drinks, and actually he will tell like some weird story or like a good story or something that he's very interested in, and I will listen to him instead. I don't know, I've lived with them too long, so I can't complain, you know. Let's say Forrest, been a teammate forever with me, so just because he's too good on the game, I guess. Right now is Cold Zero or Fur. Winning ESL 1 Cologne, or when I jump on the roof on Nuke against TSM, which is Australis now, and I one-shot device in midair. Just because of fun of it. And I was very surprised I actually got the kill, so it's more like that. I never died, man. So much staying strong. No, I never thought about retiring then. I went over to CSGO very early beta access, and I actually stopped completely playing 1.6 even though we had tournaments and actually had team practice and everything like that. I just focused on CSGO. Travel somewhere, I don't know. Anywhere, Asia, US, Africa, I don't know. Would be cool to go to some countries that not very like a usual popular destination to go to, so I've said a lot of times that I would love to become a chef, but I've actually just recently discovered that I'm a terrible chef, so I probably wouldn't even succeed at it. I probably would love to just serve hot dogs when people are going out drinking and just standing there with a big smile and throwing hot dogs at drunk people and having a laughter every night and slash annoying time slash happy time, you know. Ewok. And I share it with my brother Alexander. So that I think that was my first like name or something like that, and then I changed to Get Right like 1 year later. Pretending to be drunk, that is the answer. That's the whole. That's actually the side story to it. The whole story was that I said bad joke to Forrest and Robin and other 1.6 players that maybe I should go behind them. I had 2 beers in my hand, pretend to be drunk, and then the producer guy actually said it was like a good idea, like it's funny, you know. And then it's like putting me in there, and I just acted it up there, playing 8 hours of pub, PlayerUnknown, and then like the rest of CS:GO. Nah, I'm just kidding. It all depends, like if my motivation is sky up rocket, or if it's like stable normal like it usually is, or something like that. So if it's really up high, then I would probably be like playing 4 hours deathmatch each day, like spread out, and then like maybe 30 minutes of bots, and just trying to get my aim up and everything, and then maybe a gather or a pug or anything like that between, and then the rest of it is playing with the team. Justin Bieber all fucking days, you know. Ice cream is life, you know. I can't remove something that's so important to me, you know. Now I want an ice cream. None. I want to be like one of that guy in the Family Guy that has like wood legs and wood arms. The hardest one is probably when I got told when I was younger that I will never in a million years be anything in CS. Now I'm sitting here and laughing at that guy. And I'm terrified of flying. I can't stand heights. I always hate flying, and I probably will always do that. It becomes better each year, but it took me like 10 years actually before it actually became pretty okay. If you want to see more content from Betway, just go over to their YouTube channel, which is going to be over here.
Welcome back, everybody. Some interesting questions there for Get Right. If you have just tuned in, you just missed LDLC and Hellraiser's tie 1-1 in maps, and now we will move into Big versus GODSENT. But before we do that, we of course have our weekly community plays, which I'll allow my wonderful analysts to kind of talk over and discuss, as they always do.
This is a fantastic segment. If you want to head over to esl.gg/submit plays, you can have Yanko and I doing some of our finest play-by-play, or at least talking about how fantastic you are in Counter-Strike. Because, you know, the positivity, it flows through us. So let's kick her off here. Let's see who we got. Let's see if Rush has snuck himself in once again. Coming in hot and fast from the United States. I don't know how you say that name, but Flash comes in. He's going to step out. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. I've done the blue counting. Oh, Austria. I thought it said Australia there. I got excited, Yanko.
I think this is CJ.
We're just going to call him CJ?
Yeah, but you should have done like CJ who. That's his nickname.
Oh, I missed. I wasn't looking at the screen. If I had a kid and I named him Chad Jr., I could nickname him CJ.
Yeah, that's true. This is a good play. Throwing the molly on the bomb, buying more time, waiting for the CT to push him. Easy round for CJ who.
I don't know how I feel about the name Derp status, but I love some Deagle frags and the crispy 1B is coming. Oh, he stopped and typed some BM then, 100%. This is near me, Philippines, if you didn't know, Yanko. Southeast Asia.
Yeah, we do have geography in Serbia, Chad. I know that may come as a surprise for you, but I know where the Philippines are.
I've never been, actually.
Me neither.
Don't know how I feel about Scout. Oh, Shoxy's brother, Shaxi.
Schatzi.
From Germany.
Mein Schatzi.
Guten Tag?
Yeah, that's hello.
Guten Abend.
Leider ja.
Achtung. 1, 1, 2, 3.
Schnell! Oh, so this is Skadoodle's friend from the Philippines as well.
This is the, you know, fake Skadoodle.
Was it Skaboodle?
Yeah.
What a name. I like his repositioning with AWP, taking a couple of
This is the Henny position. He likes to stand here with the AWP.
It's pretty versatile because you can open up a lot of different angles from there, and as we're seeing, he's going to grab one more there. That's probably it. They were good.
That is it.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Can we submit our clips?
Well, I think we should.
I mean,
Rush put his in.
You can't play right
I'll play
now.
on my laptop.
Can you?
Yeah, I'll get my Legion and I'll crack out some Counter-Strike.
If you submit your own clips, you then have to insult your own game attacks. I feel like that was
We
how that
didn't
segment went
insult
down.
anyone there.
I mean, I don't know. There was a few questionable game attacks.
I mean, we have glorious nicknames. Sponge.
Sponge.
And 1K is just my name, so if you insult my nickname, you insult my name.
Prove it.
And your pride in your family. All right, so next game of the day is going to be GODSENT versus Big. Then the new boys to the block, of course, they came in from the ESEA Premier, the Mountain Dew League last season. This should be an interesting one. I'm actually really excited for this one. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
No thoughts, Chad?
Well, no, I was just thinking because Mountain Dew League
Rematch of the grand final of the Mountain Dew League.
Yeah, it was quite competitive, and they're actually we talked about it before. The finals are coming up on the 24th and 25th of this month for the next season, and the Australian team Greyhound's going to be there. Just wanted to crowbar some Australian Counter-Strike in there.
Yeah.
But this kind of matchup right here on a map which I don't think Big have looked too good on lately, which is Cache, the first one we're going into. So it's a weird one.
I just call it Cache.
It's the Australian way to say it.
Is
so
it?
He keeps pushing it every single
I'm
time.
not pushing it.
As well as the
like
auto sniper is the Dak, and Diggity is everywhere on Inferno. So
and
welcome to
the
my
auto
world.
shotgun is the alligator.
Okay.
Because like
I apologise for cutting in. You can carry on with your point. But
I've lost my point.
just
Yanko,
Cache is weird.
you're up.
Yeah, this is going to be a great game of Counter-Strike, I believe. You know, we have Big versus GODSENT, two of the greats. It's not Inferno, so I'm not sure how much you can expect from Big, but you can expect a lot from GODSENT. Cache, dynamic map, a lot of room for aggression. They like to get in your face on the CT side. This is the map where they beat Envious on. Granted, Envious played pretty poorly in that particular game, but Big has Tabson, so you never know.
Well, just quickly, I'm sorry.
That's
I
fine.
think
That's
a point that Yanko's saying with the aggression for the CT side from GODSENT, something which Joss is really good with the squad is they actually do have a lot of skill in the sense of like Dennis, he's like a tried and tested player. Twister's obviously quite good. And then you've got the likes of Freddy who can be solid and Schneider as well. Doplin's still a bit of an unknown quantity at this point. But if those 4 players have just like a decent game, not like a great game, the CT side can be very strong because they all just make the frags they have to.
It's also it will be very interesting to see where Schneider goes with the auto sniper, you know, because that seems to be his weapon of choice. Obviously, he is, you know, he has a bit of a problem with his eye. Had surgery or is supposed to have surgery.
He's had surgery.
He's had surgery and is supposed to rest, but they couldn't field the stand-in on such short notice, so he has to play for the team. So, I mean, yesterday he was top fragging, as you pointed out, on Inferno. So, what can you really say about that one?
I don't know. Dan, you got any comments?
Well, we don't want to give the edge to Big just because of that, the surgery for GODSENT, but they definitely looked under the weather yesterday. They weren't performing at their best, not the GODSENT that maybe we are expected to see. From last season, they're 3-3 from the ESEA Premier Mountain Dew League, so they're relatively close. I remember watching them at the finals. Neither of them actually won the finals last season. Of course, Penta took it in the end, which was quite a surprise. I thought they would be able to. Regardless, as of yesterday, I mean, who impressed you the most out of Big and GODSENT next? We saw them both play, but they just weren't playing against each other.
I wasn't impressed by either of the teams. I was just less disappointed by Big.
Big impressed me with the 16-1 victory over Heroic.
Positive Pete is back.
That was very impressive.
So
they won so many rounds in a row, right? They had the comeback. They won the overtime 4 in a row.
Yeah, when you win 16-1, Chad, you tend
no,
to win many
from
rounds.
the 2 maps. From the 2 maps, right? So they finished off train really strong. They had some good reads. Some really good flanks by Legia came out. And then when they flipped on over to Overpass, they actually continued the momentum that they'd picked up on train. And it just looked like they were meant business at that point. And it's surprising, like a team like Heroic, we were expecting a little bit more from, but it didn't seem like they could get up the AWPs. Whereas you flip over to this kind of matchup, it doesn't feel like GODSENT are going to be as reliant on getting up AWPs because they don't really have a main AWPer, right? Twister's the guy who does it the majority of the time, but he can do everything. He's a hybrid player. So I don't think it's the end of the world if they're forced onto 4 Spies or AKs or Galils. They're still going to put up more of a fight and not be hampered like Heroic were.
Final predictions then. Who do you think is going to take this one?
I think GODSENT, because they're not going to be as terrible as they were yesterday.
Yeah, that's the science I was using before, so I'm going to carry that one through, and it's the same prediction for me.
Okay, I think it's a solid prediction. This would actually be my hot match of the week if I was deciding who was the hot match of the week, but I'm not, so who cares? Anyway, I think it's time we get this first game of this series underway. Henry, Pansy, take it away.
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, we're hoping for a little bit of a better game than last time. Let's be honest. Or at least I am.
All right.
I'm coming into this with high expectations. I don't know if the bar's set particularly high from the last game, to be honest. But I feel as though we saw good signs of life from Big. I think GODSENT have potential. It wasn't their best performance when we watched them, but there's moments. So I'm hoping we see a little bit better along those lines.
Any more auto snipers today, do you reckon?
I can only hope so.
That's the main question for me. The guys theorised on the desk that was just brought out because we know Schneider's eyes quite poor right now, so he brought it out just to hold an angle, just hold left click.
Why not?
Mow him down. So maybe there is some method to behind that madness. But I think Big can do this. It's not a map I've casted them a ton on, you know, Cash. It's usually the more tactical, kind of slower pace maps, but I'm interested to see what they bring to the table here. It will be Cash versus Big and GODSENT. In terms of the buys coming through, 2 smokes, 4 flashbangs, a few decoys to work with as well. No upgraded pistols on the T side, and then for the CTs, just pretty standard 1 kit for Schneider and HE. Those 2 teammates fully protected by the Kevlar. We'll get into this one. We'll have a look at the setups for either side. It's looking like smokes potentially used quite early here, boosting one of them towards the red box in middle, stops any CTs pushing through, but they're pushing towards B. Dennis and Disco Doplin actually leaving Disco in the sunroom of B, meaning they can go focus on the A side of the map. That's quite clever.
I'm actually really interested to see the clash of styles between these two, because we have the quite tactical to a degree Big, and then you have the very aggressive GODSENT with the new in-game leader, old Freddy coming through. So I think there's some really interesting kind of back and forth. And look how passive they're holding this, incredibly deep. Disco Doplin actually fell back from sunroom towards the site. You've got Schneider and Twist playing at the back connector, Dennis playing from truck, and Freddy B playing quad. They are really, really passive across the board here. And Big are taking their time. They're not in a particular hurry, but they do have the flashes and the smoke. So again, a relatively utility-based hit going to come through at whichever point they do commit to.
Well, very slow round coming in. Big do push Disco back in towards the B site, so they don't have that side of the map covered anymore. It means there will be a rotation back towards that area of the map. Schneider has to come and assist. They still have the smokes to work with here. Standard play. Smoking towards highway, potentially towards CD spawn as well to stop the cross. 2 players at door. Smokes to be deployed momentarily. I don't think Freddie B will have much vision eventually. Here come the smokes, but that's a nice shot.
Certainly good so far. Freddie not feeling much pressure at this point. Being baited, you can see the leg. Oh, that's lovely, Freddie B. This is what you were talking about with this guy. In-game leader, bit of firepower to him. This could get a bit exciting now. Dennis up for the fight, doesn't see the player at 4. Completely, head tucked down. That was Kiev, and Legio was the player who came across in a 3v3 retake now.
They have got the kit to work with, but smoked out by now. That's the smoke we were waiting for. And Tabsin, one of the best and most talented players on the server. He does take down Twist. Disco Doppler, though, answering back. It is going to be right down to the wire here. 1v1, Kiev to defend as the bomb has been planted, ticking away. It looks like Disco doesn't really have much to work with it, trying to find the kid on the floor, which he does get, but it's an open plant. And for now, the defuse has to come in. This is the bad defuse we discussed, Lauren. It means Kiev, he's probably lost the round. He's left it too late.
Oh,
yeah.
Christ almighty.
The communication was off there right at the end.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you can see the wires. That's one thing you maybe be able to see from that point.
Yeah.
And even then, he had a couple of seconds on the crest of it. Yeah, you can just about see the wires attached to the bomb.
But even if, like, even if he has baited you out, right?
Yeah.
The time you kill him is probably, like, even if it is 50-50, you kind of have to do. You can't see him, right? And he's not going to be faking it, waiting that long. He'll be peeking if he does fake it. I think it's just a miscommunication. He thought it was a decent plan for him, but that's what we discussed this in depth yesterday. I was saying, like, I hate that plan. I think it's so trash. If you can't do it, I'd rather the default plan in the corner. At least you're not going to be tempting fate.
Not playing yourself with it almost, yeah.
But there it is. It's going to be GODSENT with I think it was like a 2 millisecond defuse there towards the end. It was right down to the wire, to be fair, but Kiev, really frustrating for him. He can't pull that one off, and they'll head towards B. Did they force fire into this round? I see some armor. Tabson's got head armor and a USP.
How's he managed that?
What's that about?
Don't understand.
No one's... Oh, I guess Kiev picked up the USP from the previous round, and then he bought head armor. He dropped in the USB. That's what I can think of.
Maybe. I genuinely
don't know.
Yeah,
it's one T survived, so that's just a weird investment. But I don't get it anymore.
They have a go at us, like, you guys need to be a bit more professional, you know. And we've got the slow-mo. Nice one, guys. This is what happens when Rush is in control being on production, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all just falling apart. Speaking of falling apart, we'll see if that continues for Big. That was I was kind of hoping for the resurgence of what we saw yesterday. Legia doing really well. Tabson having one of those performances too. As you said, always somehow top fragging. No one knows exactly how it happens, but it just ends up around that marker. But GODSENT have, they've got some guns on this side. They've got that firepower, so they shouldn't be overwhelmed so easy. They should be able to put up that nice little back and forth. So see if they can do just that. Rifles galore for Big, but not much utility, so that's quite scarce. So whenever put into play, it has to be well thought through. Tabson, having a bit of a gander down towards mid. Working up highway, checking out sandbags. No one's actually here. There's 2 players in connector, though. That's the first port of call if they do continue further. If not, it'd be Freddie B watching them on the cross up by sight.
Big little utility to work with here in terms of their setup. They head towards A once again. Tabson, he's going to be the snake in the grass, as you would say, Lauren. Waiting in middle. And his teammates will take all the aggro from the A side and allow him to strike from middle, and strike he shall. Takes down Freddie B with a lovely shot there. They don't even have to fully commit at this point. They can wait for the rotations and the reactions as they get stifled here on the A bomb sides. Dennis and Twist to try and hold them off.
Here we go. Dennis, Twist, where are you going to put your attention towards? It doesn't matter. It's just Twist, and he is more than enough up to task. He gets the dink, but he does get outdone in the end. But the flanks on the way. Schneider, certainly not in the best of form currently, but the Molotov, look at the time, 7 seconds left.
Oh, he did get it.
He gets the plant. All right, Kiev, how much can you do now? The first round, bit of an issue. This one, only 14 HP, not had much of a shout into it. Good play back in from GODSENT, but you felt that Molotov could have ended it even before then.
Yeah, I thought he was going to land perfectly in the default plant spot, but actually when they're planting there again, they love this plant spot apparently.
Maybe, honestly, knowing Big, there is a keen, weird little reason that they do it.
I guess so.
But I don't know myself.
It's obviously a bit more. You have more options with it. You can play from like squeaky door potentially. Like
yeah,
it is better than default plan, right? It's just like don't play main entrance a bit. That's my main problem with it. Like you can't really do anything with that. Like if you go towards main entrance, you're done for. That's why like it's definitely better than the default plan, but it's just it never ends well whenever I see it go down.
No, I'll ask him afterwards, why they go for that slightly off position plan. I am quite curious myself if there is like
it's because it's a safer plan than the main open plan, but anyway, let's get into this round. Right. Will be some aggressive play from the CTs by looks of things. Dennis and Freddie B trying to take down GODB, and they shall take it quite easily. And you can see the incendiary as well, drop towards the entrance so he can get no backup. He's locked in, he's isolated, and it's an absolute nightmare. 5-on-4, Legia, as we said, in pretty good form yesterday. Actually looked pretty decent, like not the craziest of fragging, but good like positional control and good flanks and holding the enemies at bay. Will be 5-on-4, and unfortunately Legia only got the PT50. Can't really strike out of the squeaky door. He'll probably be coming in for a big backstab, like kind of NBK style, which he's been doing a lot recently. But it's Twist to hit another orb shot there. Takes down Kiev. Twist
has been a bit of my one of my favourites to watch as of late. Let's be honest, GODSENT haven't been getting the biggest results or whatever, but he's been really a bit of a standout for me. I've actually really enjoyed what he can do. Certainly seems to be really stepping up this season. Looking pretty good. Now, Tabson's found Twist there, so that's going to open up middle. That's the problem. Now, Dennis' attention will always be split. You can see Freddie B now all alone. He's going to have to try and fight off these three guys. You've got Nex, Legia, Tabson. I love this intuitive play. He gets straight down towards Truck, denies that any of the rotates coming in who just won't think he's there already. Freddie B, though, did stay calm, stayed cool under pressure, but in the end, the bomb was planted, and it's not in that annoying spot that you don't like, but it is a 1v1 no matter what.
Nex will try and do what he can. He has got the advantage in terms of Schneider's lost track of him. Schneider's also low HP as well, thanks to Tabson. But Schneider being very smart here, but not smart enough. Nex finds him on the corner, takes him down in the 1v1. That's the first round finally on the board for the big side. It feels like it's been a long time coming, but we'll have a look at the money for GODSENT. They have been kept quite modest. There's been a lot of clutches here, a lot of tight 1v1s, and they have got Disco Doppler on 6k, but I think they... Oh, he buys the orb. Okay, that's nuts. So he's got like...
Explain why that's a bad or a good thing.
Well, Henry. The thing is, right, so it's a good thing in a sense, like, you can... Technically, you can win this round now. You have the AWP. Like, one orb can win a round, but he's kind of like... He had really, really strong money, and they won't be able to really carry that forward. It kind of balances things. It brings him down to 2k, which is fine. Everyone's on the same money now, but I don't think it's an investment that's going to win them the round. It has, like, maybe a 15% chance of doing so, right? So, sure, it has legs to do something, but in my opinion, I'd prefer to keep the money at 6k, drop a couple of M4s next round, and like give Tabson full utility and all that sort of stuff. But not Tabson, obviously, one of the other players, not Tabson, that wouldn't make sense. But you know what I mean. And there's the first shot, so maybe it could be working out for them. Yeah,
speak of Tabson, here's the one who got found. Maybe what caught your eye there, but still, at this point, you're still going to see more from it. That's good from the pistols, though. If they're going to be chiming in, there's still plenty of life in this. Gob and Kiev going to be trying to pull this one through. Legia going to be the rotate pin and the linchpin in this. If he can find Dennis, it creates a huge opening. Oh, that's really awkward. I feel for him in that one, but outdone by Dennis. They got a little overzealous to try and take the fight, but Gob going to work his way through. Kiev now up highway. And Disco Doppler, here's your danger man. This is your chance to get something done in this. Now, they don't know how close he is.
Oh, he actually chooses correctly. I thought he was going to peek out from connected and stop them crossing to the bomb site. Oh, takes down Kiev. That's a shot. And the orb paying dividends right now. It could actually win the round. GODB goes towards the forklift. That's a safe spot. You can hold a tight angle here. Knowing it's the AWP, just allow him to actually hold and go for the bomb itself before he even allows him to know where he is.
One of the strongest places to hold in those afterplant situations. If you keep it, it's very hard for the CTs to play back in. But on your own, it's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? You get a little nervous about it, but he did lock it down. Good work from God, but we said that those can do a lot of damage, those kind of one-off guns that can come in and make a bit of a game changer. But now he's going to be suffering on the other end, down to UMP, bit of utility for Disco Doppler, but yeah, this shot could have been the difference maker, couldn't it? Just on the cross there, quick as you like.
Yeah, that was nice. But like we said, if he didn't buy that orb in the next one, sure, he got a few kills with it, but this round would have been a lot stronger. He could have dropped a few rifles, and they could have had everything to work with on the GODSENT side, but now Big do have the firm lead. But it's worth the gamble, right? He got 2 kills, came down to the 1v1, could have won that. So I always play devil's advocate in terms of decisions. I'm not saying it's wrong. And it will be round number 6 here, aggressive towards the squeaky door. R2 CTs. Freddie B going to be flashing now. Flash looks good. And it is. Legia goes down. That's really nice stuff from GODSENT. Up against the ropes in terms of buy. Famus's UMP's coming out, no kits. They had to work harder for a frag here, and it works out quite nicely.
Yeah, Tabs are now having to pick up the mantle right through the wall there. well, door, should I say, to Freddie B. But he knows there was an additional. He knows there were 2 there, but I don't know if they're going to work this all out. Dennis, again, left quite alone here. Twist on highway, but this double stack towards B not seeming so fruitful as in other games. But Big still yet to take the lead. This is still in GODSENT's hands, and this is Dennis under pressure. 2 players. The third not there. Tabson good positioning to get the trade. Quite costly, though, at that point. Tabson as well. Is he going to go for the weird plant? No, he's doing the full plant towards main now. So that will set up Kiev or Tabson, whoever goes there. But it also just gives an indicator that someone will be playing in main. So interesting to see if that plays into the back of their minds. And Kiev, he's got to be ready for this one. He should be able to do some good work from here. Oh, that's a miss. That could be a real problem, and now it is. They know where he is as well. They should be able to dig him out of this corner. He's trying to take the fight, trying to take the initiative, and he just doesn't land a single shot.
GODSENT are back. It was a difficult round for them. Comes down to another clutch there. Kiev not really stepping up as of yet for the big side. He's definitely an up and down and turbulent player generally, but can't get anything done there. It's going to be GODSENT with the initial push towards Squeaky Door. I like that. I normally talk about that when you have lesser weapon, you do need to work hard, because I don't think you can sit back there with Famus's UMPs and go against a team like Big, who's going to be very tactical, find the first frag, throw a spanner in the works, take a gamble, and that's how you're going to win this game. 4-2 now. Money starting to get whittled away. And next, what have you got, my friend? He's got a Tech 9, the gear with the P250, and 3 other weapons to work with here. Khalil's, UMPs, AKs. As we go towards the ace side, I think a set piece off the bat is looking likely. They're lining up the smokes right now. You can see Nex drawing his smoke. There it is, just about on the vine. And that could be the Molotov towards the vent he could be setting up. I'm not sure just yet.
Should be. Yeah.
Or he's just looking for someone to put. I guess he's looking for anyone to push over, then he'll throw his smoke towards the A side. I think that's actually what he's been doing.
I'll be interested.
Yeah.
I think the only smoke I know that goes to the upper catwalk. Don't know.
It's been a long. I used to know all the smokes. Like in 2013, I could tell you every smoke on this map.
Actually, there's about 3 of them, Henry. Come on, that was very early.
There's loads.
I'm kidding.
There's
You used to do like Molotov across the map, so that was always a fun
Yeah.
one. Nuke was interesting, but the boost could be really big here. Now I'm wondering if they're going to, keeping that in mind. If they check on it, if they flash for it, you can see Dennis sitting anti-flash here, so going to be pretty tricky. Next just does the high flash down towards the close side of things, and well, check on it or not, it doesn't even matter. Tabson again deals with him. Twist then, but trying to be a support player to Freddie B in any way he can, because he was very alone, completely on the desert island of A at this point. You can see that smothering smoke.
That's
it's actually onto
super
red.
Interesting. I was about to say it's a misprint smoke, but it makes sense, because now you can actually launch yourself up on towards that red crate, and then actually look over without being shot from highway or CD spawn or anything. You've got a full veil. That's actually kind of cool.
And this is the thing I will say about Big. They do love these like little quirky, keen pieces. So I wonder if they'll go back to this later, but they've still got to land the shots. It doesn't matter how quirky you can be. There's still so much threat on these 2, but I think it's save time. Still got the AWP up on Disco Doppler and Schneider falling off this down towards Truck. These last 3 players for Big are pretty well dug in. Tabson hopefully can get a bit of an upgrade there, and Next going to be fending off 1. Kiev going to go down again. He's not having the best of games, is he?
He's certainly not, but he's winning the round regardless. It will be Tabson and Next to find the majority of the frag. The gear chimed in as well. I actually really like that execute. That's really creative. I haven't seen that smoke deployed, at least in the games I've casted. I think that's quite ingenious. The fact that you can drop the 2 standard smokes, the one by the highway and the one just past the bomb site as well, which means you get like the cover as you're running on the ground towards the bomb site. But if you throw the one on top of that red crate as well, you can jump up there and have full vision of the bomb site, and watching any CTs at quad and anyone like kind of clambering around the site, and they can't shoot you from CT spawn or towards highway. That's a really cool idea. So I'm sure we can talk about that in the
that again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can. Hopefully they run it again. That'd be lovely to see. How they really try.
When I
and
saw it being
utilise
thrown, I was like, that's got to be misthrown. But then it kind of clicked for me, and that made sense.
Schneider could be in trouble here. Dennis with him. Twist en route. You've got all 4 players from Big though, right on the doorstep. We know that already. GODSENT are working with far than perfect amounts. Eagles, UMPs, whatever. Not great, but in the hands of Dennis, in the hands of Twist, it certainly seems to do okay. But Next this time is there as the backbone. But there's still a threat on the side, and that's Schneider. But again, not feeling it here today, it seems, as Kiev will take him down. And Kiev does get towards the side of the bomb. But Freddie B's keeping eyes on this cross. Spots it, can't do much about it, especially with that UMP.
2-on-2 situation. No kits available for the CTs now. Disco Doppler with the AWP. Freddie B to join him. Former Epsilon brothers going at it. Gear and Kiev to defend. Looking quite likely considering they've got a nice crossfire.
There we go, Freddie. Straight on in there. But he knows where the last player is. Legia trying to play the smoke, play the position, and now he needs to play the time. Planted for vents.
What?
What? What?
I don't think he has. It'd be super tight. He went. Oh yeah, he probably has.
Probably does.
Yeah. Well, there
Did
he
he
goes.
see him through the smoke on the edge? I didn't think he was that close to the edge.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause that was damn
The
accurate.
thing is, like, when you hold your cross in the right place in CSGO, you can see
Radar, sure.
But he looked like really precise at that. I'm not sure if we can get a replay
From his
a proper
perspective,
one of
that would be.
that'd be nice. Let's have a look. He definitely doesn't see him, but I guess it's just a guess. I don't know. Is he like the
He
first?
dinked him,
The first
so-
person, you get a sound cue at least because
Yeah.
he dinked him, and then you can at least work out where he is. But that looked way too like calculated.
That was very crisp.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No.
That's
Alright,
some
sorry,
things
Legia.
are a mystery, I'm afraid.
That feels pretty bad
Yeah.
for him. Are we going for a cheeky report there? Tried to make a meme, did it wrong. Open up Steam overlay. Yeah, nice try, boys.
We're going for a meme.
They've had a go. And we're now on the Disco Doppler cam.
I haven't seen that meme in a while. That used to be a good one.
Yeah, it's a spicy one, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
That was like Cologne 2015 meme.
Yeah, it was a retro meme.
Yeah.
3 alive, though, for Big. Simultaneous rounds they have so far. Tabson trying to put up the numbers as per usual, but doesn't really equate to much. Legia's out on the site, bombs down in middle, and a 1v3 ensues. How's he got an AWP?
Oh, here we go.
Where did he get that from?
Well, it's going to be Disco Doplins. Like,
There
yeah,
we
now
are.
trying to recover the bomb. That's going to be the first step, but won't even get off the starting grid, I'm afraid. It's going to be Freddie B to take him down. 6-3 overall. That should be the money now. Taken down for Big. GODSENT looking quite comfortable here today, I have to say. This is not, like I said, it's not a map I really can remember Big ever really playing that much. You might be able to recall some. It's not like the major or the major qualifiers or anything like that. I remember playing it at all. So this is a new one for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like the big names really are turning up. Tabson still top of the scoreboard at least, but it's a very quiet performance from him. And we'll go towards Squeaky Door once again. Dennis and Twist, I believe, getting in there, trying to find the first kill.
Oh, all right. Well, they pushed out many at the same time. The timing was a couple of seconds out of place, but Legia does get the 2 kills. But by that point, his team was kind of massacred. He does recover the gun,
Oh,
but
the
the bomb.
That was it. It was going down. It's like 1 second it was planted.
It could have been something.
Yeah. Definitely had legs to the round there, but now Legia once again 3 versus 1. Doesn't have the AWP this time, and given his position where I think he fired a shot. Oh,
There we go.
that's a nice shot. Okay.
Go on, Legia. Oh God, if he dies just getting spammed through the wall again or something nice and cheesy from Disco Doppler, it will bring a smile to my face, but probably not to his. Down quite low, no armor. Oh,
Sugar. I think it's the word you're looking for.
it
young lady.
was, Henry, it
Okay.
was. He's got 50 seconds as well. That's the worst part. It's like, if I try and save, I've got about 1 million years to do this. As I said, he does have the time, so he can just kind of mull around the map, see if he can find a little something to play with. There's plenty of opportunity, but really, I don't know how much he's going to be able to get out of this. 30 seconds now. Getting around towards middle. Disco Doppler is over by 4. And it looks like they're considering what's going on here, but he is giving it a go. He's going to go around towards his truck, and I kind of like this. Schneider's now coming around to keep that in mind, and they see him. Oh, this is big, though. Let's go, Legia. 1v1. Schneider, are you taking the fight on this right out in the open? Oh, he gets the kill.
Got 4 kills in total there. So Legia doesn't win the round, right? Sure, that's disappointing. He would have loved to, but he keeps the CTs clutching at straws there. Like, their buy is going to be pretty weak. I think we recovered an AWP just about, but still, they're going to have like a mixture of M4s and UMPs. It's not too shambolic, but Dennis, no nades whatsoever. Same story for Disco Doppler, there's 1 smoke there. So win this round, it's going to be double eco territory. They kept all 4 alive there, and Legia got nothing. They'd be looking in a very strong position right now, so hats off to Legia. Didn't win it, but that's enough. Not expected to win ace clutches, that boy,
No.
so that's absolutely fine.
No, I'm just, I'm becoming more and more impressed with him, if I'm honest. It's like, I know him relatively well. He's someone that I've played games with and seen what he can bring. But it's nice to see him replicating it in these games where he always gets outshone, always a little bit of a downfall of an aggression towards A main in this. Again, relentless, a GODSENT. They love a bit of it. And, it worked against Gob very early on in the game. Now it's kind of still being applied here, still doing okay. But now Big have the weapons. They have players in the right place. Leggy is going to get to site as soon as he can. Next is the one to strike, though, finding Twist. But the bomb needs to be recovered by Keeve. He needs to bring it through. Disco Doplin's quickly on the way. And there's still Schneider not far off from the site, still playing by that truck wall. So he can get up quite close here. Not sure if they're aware of it. Legia has to spot this, and there's a chance he would miss it as well, because look how close Schneider's gone. Good check from Legia in the end, swinging out wide to make sure that nothing happened as they did cross in. But, you know, again, it's always that thing with aggression, though. It's always a fine line between being aggressive at the right time, you know, getting caught out. It's very hard to get it right consistently.
You're absolutely correct. And that will be big, sending GODSENT to the doldrums now. It looked like a success around there from GODSENT, pushing in aggressive once again, getting the man advantage, but couldn't hold on to it. It will be then on a full eco, and like I said, double eco almost for sure. Big have a chance to really almost tie this game up at this point. 7-4, certainly not out of it. Legia going for the wall bangs at A main.
Ambitious.
It is ambitious, but against unarmored opponents, who knows?
Gob got dinked. Tabson fighting back as well. And Tabson just padding out the stats. He's having a nice time. Why not? He's unravelled the stack there, and your last man, Disco Doplin, was over by B at the start of this.
Oh, don't do this, Disco. Don't sit there with the USP.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing to do, isn't it?
Get it over with. What is he hoping to happen here?
He's just going to shoot one in the back as they walk through, maybe checking to the left, gets the gun, gets the AWP, kills 4.
Yeah, like I get it. Like
it's not going to happen,
game.
though, is
like
it?
it's just, for me, I wouldn't. As a player myself, like when I was playing, I wouldn't have the patience for this.
Henry, we've played games with you. Every person in this office knows you don't have patience for this.
Yeah,
we've heard the Henry G giving up after like 4 rounds. If someone doesn't specifically listen to the call, game's over. Henry doesn't say a word for the next 7 rounds.
Well, if you bring one of your brilliant friends, you tell me, no, I promise they're good. Henry, I promise. And we get in there and they are the most diabolical thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That's normally what gets me.
That's happened once. And
I made you promise me as well. And you said, look, I'm not going to mention any names. But,
no, go ahead.
No.
Because a couple of them are now out in North America playing for certain teams. And you gave them a good bit of grief. Nice pick-up tempo, Storm. Henry, not a fan.
I don't even know who you mean by that. Who's that? I'd say you might as well say the name now.
Krill. He was one of the guys.
Really? Was I angry at him?
It was the silence. It was the Henry G silence. He went off on his own, did his own thing. Henry was not impressed. Didn't listen to the Cash T side strat.
Good luck to him. Quick. You got to cast this one.
Really? 7-5. Quick, you've got to cast this one. Freddie B and Schneider. Hopefully they fall back to spawn to make Henry angry again. I don't see that being the case. Big being quite meticulous about it, though. Again, happy to see this. Oh, God. That was a bit awkward almost, but Tabson again. Trying to tap away, and that's just horrific, isn't it?
Wasn't his best work, but he did get 4 kills in the round, Lauren.
Yes.
He has found 20 kills, so we can't be too mad at him. After 13 rounds, that's not
He's
bad
done
at all.
right.
Like 20 halves in a round, 20 kills. Let me try again. 20 kills and a half is like considered sick. That's normally like tier 1 CS, so I'd say that's like godlike status. At this sort of level, maybe like it's really good. Maybe not godlike, but round number 14. Double AWP set up now for GODSENT. Still with the lead, it will be Twist and Disco Doplin going in at it.
And actually got to say, GODSENT did seem to wake up a bit when we saw them not too long ago, once they got those double AWPs out. That was their redeeming factor.
That's right, yeah, that is true.
So maybe there's a little bit of life left in them. Maybe Tabson's just warming into this round. Let's see how he plays this one through as well. Twist holding A main, a little deep there, allowing Freddy to play in towards the lockers. And Big have surely got to get used to this, right? GODSENT, we know they like to be aggressive. It's nothing new. That's every day of the week. Now, Tabson playing close to the edge of the smoke. Not going to see anyone pushing through it. Sure, they're aggressive, but they're not completely mad. And Big, again, setting up. And I wonder if they're going to do that hit that we saw before. That'd be lovely to see, but it seems unlikely. There's still players on the boost. That might be part of a different plan, as there's still 1 minute on the board. Lots of utility left. Big can go however they want with this one. As long as they get past Freddy B, A becomes available. Disco's playing quite passive towards B. He's peeking occasionally, but other than that, they can build however they want. Gob's already out in middle. Molly in towards A. This buys time, though. GODSENT are slowing them down here. Schneider towards Tabson as well. They've shut down the Danger Man, I guess, if you want to put it that way. The rest of Big now need to kick into gear. You've got Freddy B pushed up at main. You've got 2 players in by Quad and MBK. This is going to be a hard side to break through.
Yeah, Freddie B was at the lockers, but got nothing done. Dennis looking to rectify that. Nice headshot there. Twist chiming with the AWP as well, but he's now stuck towards the quad. They haven't got any nades to actually bait him out here, and there it is. He's going to be finding the shot. 15 seconds next in the 2 versus 1. That's a lovely play, though, towards CD Spawn. Being legged up, but it might not be a factor. Certainly not. Nex delivers. What a performance that is. 3 kills in total, and Nex actually shuts down GODSENT once again. He's been playing very well in his first half as well. That's not bad at all. That first shot, I thought, okay, it's something. How did you get this next one? But that's really good, and that deserves the robot noise, I have to say. He's just upgraded to a cyborg. So
the T2000.
Yeah.
Nex. And to be fair, Nex has always been that player that I'm waiting to see break into the form, right? It's always been that discussion. When's he going to join the likes of Tabs? And if that's the firepower, right? That's always the concept in my mind with this team is when he gets there. If it's Tabson, Nex, there's your fire, there's everything you need. Keeve steps up a little with that AWP. You've got a really solid-looking team, scary team. But Dennis up on the boost here. Dennis has been one of those hit-and-miss players here. And again, these players trying to get aggressive from GODSENT. Pushed up towards that B side of things. Deep flash for Dennis, but doesn't find much. Has to back away. No retaliation, of course. Big taking their time here. Still relatively even far back into spawn at this point. Keeps playing very, very passive. You can see GODSENT having to really try and keep their patience about them this time. Not easy either. Takes a lot of discipline to not go hunting, especially when they're known as an aggressive team. So this must be certainly putting them through their paces.
Oh, for sure. A stack from GODSENT doesn't seem to be working out too well for them. They were going aggressive quite a lot early on, but they've been grinding these rounds out. 4 in a row towards the end. They gear finding another headshot there. That's nice work to find Freddie B. Not to overcommit here, but it will be Twist to answer back straight away. That was toward the A side of the map, and now we head towards B. Focusing on middle, making sure that no one can come in for the flanks, dropping the Molotovs here, but Disco Dobbin spots a barrel. Oh, there's so many players in front of him. No one's checking this key spot of the map, but there it is. He only gets 1. He had so much opportunity there to find a bit more. 3 on 3, but low HP for 2 of the players on GODSENT. Keeve with the AWP. Very quiet game from him so far. Bomb goes down. 10 seconds remain.
See if they can batten down the hatches as GODSENT prepare themselves for the onslaught. They need to get this round just to carve out a nice lead going into that second half and keep so low as possible. Doesn't connect on first. Flash goes in and the utility on the CT side is completely absent. This is all down to that dry hit. Plenty of talent, plenty of potential, but not plenty of time. They need to go right now. Next hit doesn't spot much out. This is really weirdly done. Yeah, GODSENT didn't find anything. Absolutely nothing. Good work between Tabson and Nex to lock it out. But that's it. That's the half. And actually, quite a close game overall.
Yeah.
But it felt when big, again, when they get the rounds, it looks very clean and concise. When they lose them, it never feels they get off the ground. It's very hard to judge these two. And I want to get your thoughts on that after the break. So we're going to be waiting for that halftime to kit back in. But when we are underway, we'll see if GODSENT can bring this back. But Big only just got themselves in the lead. 8-7 is your halftime score. Big currently in the lead, but GODSENT not far behind. Now, as I was saying just before the break, it seems very decisive when Big have their way, but when they don't, it always seems shambolic. Yeah, stylistically does this seem to always happen with them? I don't always get my head around it.
Sure. I guess it's a big question to ask. I'm not really sure I can really fill that up.
I thought you were the GODSENT analysis.
I'm not like I'm still kind of learning right now. This lineup is still fresh, and we have to take it with a pinch of salt. Schneider being injured technically right now as well. But yes, sometimes it looks very good for them. It's calculated aggression and good teamwork, but sometimes they do fall apart. They can't hold off certain executions, and it seems like they struggle in some of the key clutches as well. That one towards the end with Nex, it was amazing by him, but maybe a few more things could have been done to eradicate that. The time was so low, didn't have to face him so much. Twitch had the AWP, and it felt like he was almost gifted that chance. But I'm still excited for the second half. It's going to be GODSENT on the pistol now for the T side, and looking at their buy, we'll see if we can work out as to what they'll be doing. Schneider not buying anything from what I can see. Keeps himself $800. Interesting. A few people are doing that these days. I'm not really sure why you do on the T side. But 3 sets of armor, 1 smoke, and a completely naked Schneider. Take from that what you will. Nothing purchased into this one. And 1 smoke. So towards A could just be the smoke, a highway, flash through, and hope for the best. But for now, they'll hold up in a default. As we said, Schneider didn't buy a thing. Freddie B has got the P250. It is still the classic P250, hasn't been changed just yet.
And it's 2 players for Big, still dedicated towards A. Next, quite far forward, obviously on the balcony ledge. I think he's on the other side of it. You can just kind of go on the very edge piece of it. You got Tapson as well, creating the other piece of that crossfire. Back of quad, you saw a little bit of leg, as they do wait for what's coming their way. And GODSENT being very patient themselves. Not exactly known for this in comparison to their aggression. They're certainly very, very proficient in that, but they do line up. You do see the utility boon put down. 1 smoke comes through, and we wait to see the play coming through from that squeaky door, and here it comes. So, door gets opened. Flash to follow. Nice turn, and here we go. This is nice between them. The crossfire's held very, very well. Schneider's a little late towards middle. Can't really find any fights to distract or alleviate that pressure. And 5 alive for Big. Very well controlled.
Very well controlled indeed. Kiev, we did call him out in the first half, but that was much better. Crisp, and nothing really exciting coming in from GODSENT. That 1 smoke, as I said, that's sort of the only player I could really see coming through with them. Maybe towards B could be an option as well to smoke a CD spawn we still have Heaven to deal with. So that made sense, but nothing really came from it. No plants, and they will be forced by in the second round here. That's GODSENT, 5 deagles. We discussed this yesterday. The deagle very prevalent on a cache. Lots of angles to boost up on and hold. Goes for squeaky door, open the door, look towards 4, Clefting boost up towards middle, and the gear can blow off heads towards mid apparently as well. That's not a bad shot. He does like the scout. Tags up another one. Not quite. I don't think that was Twist. Look. Yes, he was.
Twist,
he did do it.
I guess he's clipping the wall maybe, or just getting an arm. I don't know. That's very light damage, but. Do I miss the Source Deagle? That always looked ridiculous.
Oh, don't remind me.
It's just.
That was me. That was like I was known as one of the deadliest ones with that weapon. Like it was unbelievable. I missed that so much. The run and gun, one bangs.
We heard Get Right in the interview you did for I think it was Betway.
Yeah.
Talking about how he missed being even able to run a little bit at the start of CS:GO, get away with it more.
It was like more like those rounds like insta-give because like because you could bunny hop in Source as well. So you're bunny hopping around and 1-deagging people. Like it was disgusting.
Yeah, it looked kind of cool as well. It's not external.
It was like
to
super like because everyone could buy one, right? It wasn't like.
How much were they worth?
They were 650 back then. So it was 700 in this game. It was 650 back then. But like everyone was like, if you lost the first round, 5 deagles, and everyone was running around. You had a good chance of winning it. It was a really strange game in that sense, but a lot of fun, I have to say.
Yeah. And it's quite nice to see the deagle returning slightly in CS:GO in this kind of, I guess, version of Counter-Strike. It's not quite as prevalent yet, but it is a right little hand cannon. I guess it sticks a little truer to the implied name.
It seems like every pistol is getting a rework like every month or so. So I reckon the deagle will have his time eventually.
Legia having a lovely time in middle. He's against unarmored opponents.
Yeah, but
it's always nice.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. Feels pretty spicy. And your last man is Disco Doppler. He has got himself an SMG. So there's a chance he could catch someone getting a little, over aggressive, maybe out of position. If Kiev doesn't consider that someone could have worked their way around behind him, maybe Disco can catch someone. No steps to be heard, though, so he doesn't really have an idea. And the bomb's obviously down in middle, so there's not much longevity to the plan, but see if he can cause any more problems. Kiev could be a possibility, but timing. You might not check that deep to the right here. What? How does he know he was there? Like, he just... it looked so strange, but he doesn't find any more. He will be dealt with. He is getting some use. It probably just showed up on radar maybe, or someone called out to him who's got like the proper, well, not proper, but the wider aspect ratio, and he's literally on your right. Are you blind? Like, what's just like? Oh, this is Legia here. We've missed a lot.
No, we're good.
Oh, they weren't lineups. Are you just trying to prove Henry wrong? Was that it?
I guess it was. I looked up, I saw 2 on the screen, I went with it. So,
I like the way they're just like, nah.
Where were you? You were talking about the round. Why didn't you help me?
Because I don't like to throw my co-caster under the bus.
So you just allowed me to get running with
Sorry, should I just be like, nah, Henry, you're actually wrong
said,
there.
No, Henry, I'm not sure you missed it. It wasn't. Don't
Probably
embarrass yourself.
Henry, it was probably the observer missing things.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
blame them.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
First
kill going in favour to GODSENT. Big going to have to operate without their IGL coach and overall figurehead, I guess, Gob at this point. 4 alive, and how they left standing. Pretty passively, to be fair. They all kind of fall back a little bit. 2 towards the back of truck. Legia, back of checkers, all leaning towards B.
They've got that first pick. Swiss picks it up, but made control for Disco Doppler as well. No presence there whatsoever. CT's just allowing it to happen, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. Key with the AWP. He'll be at the back of the B side right now. A is open as well. Tabson, a lot of pressure on his shoulders as he holds towards CT truck. He can be smoked out, flashed off, but they actually don't have any utility yet. This position could work out for Tabson tremendously. The fact they have nothing to work with it, he hides a very tentative angle, but I do like this approach. He could certainly start popping some heads.
Here we go, high flash. Could be utilised. Looking for more. Spots one by Fork. Molly goes out. Got to be a little bit cautious on the timing here. Now he's seeing a lot. He's got support as well. Here comes next. And yes, as I said, with GODSENT having nothing to cross with, they're just at the mercy now of Legia with that scout again. Finding its place. And Schneider's probably just like, I just don't need this today. My eyes hurt. Leave me alone. Yeah, not a 1v4 situation that he wants to be in.
They got the opening pick right, but they just had no utility left over. That's the real shame there. They forced sport like 2 rounds and then had a few nades to work with there, not fully equipped, and then towards the end of the round, okay, we've got the first man advantage, let's go towards A, but Tabson, that's a really nice place. Instead of playing like deep on the bomb site, waiting for them to come, just hold up, and luckily they haven't got a single smoke or anything to really take him down, starts tapping them down, and it will be a lovely round there for Big. Looking for 13-7, it's going to be a partial buy here from the GODSENT side. PT50, they've got CZ, it's only 1 PT50 actually, so Twist looking for the orb next round. No armor purchase for him. 2 smokes, presumably used on the bomb side itself. Here they come. Rush to the CZs. Next only gets 2 there. Could have done a bit more, but Tabson is helping him out as well. That's the bomb down, and they should be absolutely fine to hold this one off. They lost both frags there. Could have been a bit problematic. Both Freddie B and Dennis now, not really much they can do. They're out of position and out of control of the situation. They'll boost one up and hope for the best still, Lauren, but I'm not really thinking they can even get a frag. We'll see what happens. Maybe they can.
This could put Big in quite an interesting position as well on the standings.
Oh, really? Go on.
If you see them right now, they're sat in what, 7th? Win this cleanly.
Top 6 go through, right? We're still very
it's super
on.
early.
Yeah.
But they can at least be a bit of a threat. And this is the thing that I like, is that the bottom couple of teams have just started to build up, haven't they? We saw a couple of seasons ago, it was free farm, if I'm completely honest. And now we're starting to see some real competitors. At present, though, CZ still on deck. And, well, we're not seeing much for it, are we? Oh, Dennis. That's awkward. That could have been a lot more awkward. If Dennis left in those situations, so we'll do a little bit of something. But, yeah, for now, all okay. But then again, I do have to say to Big, their last run of the season gets a bit tough. You've got North, Na'Vi, NV, G2, and all that lot just as your final run. Now, I've just got to say, the Fnatic loss is the blemish. But still, they're not looking too shabby. They could certainly be another contender to cause a couple of upsets and headaches down the line. But for now, 13-7, they still need to get past GODSENT. They definitely don't want another overtime situation to occur. They don't need any more of that after train and how that happened. Tabson, though, fancying himself a little bit of a start here. Already seeing the aggression that came through from the rest of his teammates. Oh, sorry, excuse me, the opponents of the first half. But Kiev going to claim the first.
Yeah, he went aggressive towards the B storage area, and that's absolutely lovely. He'll take down Schneider, but Twist. The Orbs having significant impact here at the very start. Mid control granted towards the GODSENT side once again, but the flashbangs are good. Next, wants a little bit more though. Sprays towards the smoke in towards main entrance, but no, he hold on to the man advantage for now. In terms of the city setup, Tabson looks towards Squeaky Door and A main. He's got the AK, his favourite weapon for sure. And he'll have information now. A is completely clear. And the GODSENT side head towards the B area. Next, and Godby waiting for them. Godby still with a smoke in hand. Molotov's available as well. Back pocket of Next. So what's the player from GODSENT? All three players will come over. No AWP here. They can smoke towards Heaven and CT spawn from the outside B area. Aim towards to go checkers potentially. Maybe boost on the vent and have a chance to stop any flanks, but 35 seconds. Need to hit his first shot. They go down about a frag here. Dennis goes in first. They're in a lot of trouble. Oh, the smoke is brutal, isn't it?
It allows them to cross the checkers. That's, I guess, your one thing, right? Gives him a little step, but not much. Next should be ready. Goes anti-flash, waiting on contact to get towards God. But let's see if he can get himself. Oh, this is lovely. Good positioning. No one can run through and face. No one can check on him. There's one player standing. Ooh, that's awkward. Could have been there. Could have been done. Could have been clean. Dennis is still alive. Surely this is over. And there it is. No chance.
That's just nice cerebral play there from Big, just working out how they can win rounds. You get to about the 32nd point, you've got some smoke left over as well. This was just the first play from Keith. You've got the smoke left over, drop them on the key choke points like that, and that's just round done. I just thought that's just no way that GODSENT can win this now. They have to go through checker, and then Next, he's put himself in a lovely spot there as well. He's above them, they have no time to really check it. It's such an awkward angle to check regardless. He gets two, and Godby doesn't find a frag, but the work's been done. Dennis got tagged up in the process. I think we're just rushing A now. I think it's all in.
Yeah, rush A, get it done. All right, Dennis delivers the bullet. Nice. Tabson gone, your heavy hitter. Removed. Dennis has had enough. He's like, all right, look, I'm not going down like this. I want a closer game. I'm not going to let you get to 15. Schneider's a mile away. He's not going to be coming in anytime soon. And Leggy's actually round the back really early on. That could be a little bit of the back of the minds, but no one's gone through Squeak. They're all on site or towards boost or something of the such. So not going to really play to Leggy's hand just yet. It looks like they do fancy their odds. They're going to nade in a fair amount. They're having a little bit of a look here, Big, but how long are they going to go for this one? Leggy is creeping right to the side. If he can get something out of this, he's going to spot them boosted. Oh my, how's no one seen this? How's no one heard it? Oh, that's huge. Leggy's going to find two, and the rest can just crunch towards it. He's got to know once on the boost. That's integral. He tries to get the defuse, but finally Schneider gets there, and he says no. But between Schneider and Freddie B, that could have gone way scarier.
Actually could have done. That was quite lovely from Lakia. I'm sure that's the player we'll have a look at now. Spot 2, like you said, no one even checking Squeaky Door. Could have fallen apart there, but GODSENT keep their heads above water, at least for now. It's round number 8. 14-8 in total. That's the first round. GODSENT a bit on the board here in the second half. It's 6-1 now. They are all in. Lose this, it's going to be match points and pretty much game over. This is just a must-win round for them. 4 AKs, they've lost the orb. And it will be Kiev pushing through once again aggressive. He's gone down to, what, 8 HP at the very start before seeing anyone. I think he got tagged up through the smoke. Nade's landing his direction as well, so that's a little bit rough for him. He'll fall back towards quad now. Definitely not worth sticking around.
No. What utility do we have on GODSENT, though? Let's see. Money's certainly in a pinch, so you've got one smoke, one molly on Freddy, Twist with a flash and a nade on Schneider. So whenever they go, whenever they use this it's pretty much all they've got. So again, even though the round was close, keeping them alive in this, you can see the ripples going forward. Legia trying to find a position towards middle, but with the boost coming in, it gets a little tricky. Where'd you look? You've got Dennis on the lower floor, Twist up top. Still 50 seconds to go. Oh, that nade's not bad either. Twist and Freddy receive a fair whack of damage, and the follow-up, again, really working them down. You can see it's almost egging them on here. I don't know if he's going to be ready. Leggy is not. He turns, maybe expecting a flash in for him or something of the such, but whatever it wasn't right. And now GODSENT do have some step towards middle, but who's on the other side? It's Tabson. Molly goes in to follow up from the first shot, tries to push out the player from garbage, and he's done just that. But the flash, it was good, but the shot from Disco Doppler, even better. Next and Gob, though, could stop this.
Certainly could. He's going to be next doing a very good job here, boosting himself up on the sights, and Godby Finds 2, but that's all he'll get. Now it's the 1v1. We saw Kiev get tagged up to 8 HP very early on in the round. Molotov was good to deny the plant, and it's actually getting a little bit toasty there as well. 5 seconds, Kiev's going in. Knows he has to act quickly here. They won't know he's low HP. Oh. It doesn't even matter. What a shot that is from Kiev. He's been quiet all game, but he makes up for it now. Finds match point, and that's the reset for GODSENT as well. The bomb does go down, so at least that's something, but still, that was tremendous.
Yeah, creeping in like that, wasn't he? Just somehow makes it there, but yeah, I think Gob just up on that box was lovely work. So let's have a look at this.
This is a robot moment for sure. Oh no.
Nah.
Oh wow.
Too
Not
quick.
happy with that, producer, all right.
It's you know how Dota's got the open AI? We found it here.
Right.
That's it. They're bringing it over to CS. Dear Lord. That was pretty spicy. 15-8 though. GODSENT. We saw the money in the last round. It's not got much better, obviously. We've got the CZs, pretty decent utility for once, but only Freddie B with the rifle.
Oh, Kiev, that was such a huge round. Just like so much pressure relieved at that point as well. You know you've reset them. You're not going down to an eco. Match point. 7 of those available. Kiev, 8 HP. It was looking so unlikely, but he hits that shot. And now this should be it. I say that with bated breath. You never know with these CZs. Anything can and will happen. They go towards B. It will be a full commitment. Smoke towards heaven. CD spawn. Molotov's in. Flashes over. Kiev to push through. The spray's good. The bomb goes down. That will be the full rotation now. Kiev gets one through the smoke.
This is a really nice hold. Schneider's your danger man. He's made it pretty far completely unspotted. If the rest of GODSENT could hold, I don't know if that's even possible. He could get some work done. They can't hold, but that's even better. Twist and Schneider now strike. Things could spiral apart here. 3v3. Schneider's position is vital in this. Gob, though, still firm on site. He doesn't need to worry. Schneider pushed aside. He's just in the hands of Dennis, but it is Dennis, and he's on a pistol, so there's always danger. And now Nex, low as well. 10 HP, 1 bullet will do it. And Dennis has to cross to site. He's got 40 seconds, and the bomb's still out in the open.
It feels like Dennis is going to do this, isn't it? CZ in hand, 2 kills already. Low HP Nex has now got the AK-47. Hasn't recovered the bomb just yet. Nex will start to doubt himself, but he still can't see the bomb from what I can gather. So here we go. The final play. Who comes out on top? It will be Nex. He somehow does it.
All right.
Dennis was looking so hot at that point, but not quite enough. And there you have it. Big a map. I haven't really seen him on that much. Looking pretty strong, I have to say. GODSENT had their moments, but ultimately looked a little bit out of their depth towards the end. And Big, quite convincing. And some big plays from Nex as well, I have to say. He actually looks very good this game. Lagia had his moments as well. Tapson still top fragging, but it didn't feel like he carried, right? Still had a great team performance there.
I'd love to look at that T-side execute again that they brought out with that really quirk of a smoke. Hopefully the desk can break that down for us after the break. So guys, do stay tuned and hear what they have to say.